To the other side of it is that I did sort of fall out of love with the data, the pressure side of YouTube.
Okay.
I love to travel, but it was coming a little bit too familiar.
Nice. So I want to talk about your YouTube channel because obviously there's not been as many videos as people would like on there in the recent years. I remember Robbie Knox, when I watched your video, when you went for a walk with him, he's leading the campaign to get you to start making YouTube videos again. Can we expect YouTube videos in the future?
100%. No,
Yeah.
I'm really keen to do it again. The main reason it hasn't been done is because I've working on this motorsport called Formula E has been so much travel, and it seems so crazy to say it. It's been so much travel, and you think, oh, why don't you make videos when you're going there? But also, we're working so hard, I wouldn't have the time. And then other travel I've done have just been for other clients where I've been hired to do a job, so it's kind of like not fair for me to go and make my own content in the way that I would like to out there. So it's not why I didn't like it. To the other side of it is that I did sort of fall out of love with the data, the pressure side of YouTube. Okay. I love to travel, but it was coming a little bit too familiar that I would go to a place for the purpose of making a video rather than making a video about going to a place. And I just remember there's like a handful of examples. I have like the Three Sisters in Katoomba, which is just outside of Sydney in Australia, which is like this amazing natural phenomenon, which is just three massive rock like sculptures in the ground, which make up kind of three pillars they call it the Three Sisters. And it's over this incredible range of the Blue Mountains National Park. Wow. And it's just like grass and trees and kind of mountains for days. And there's a certain viewpoint you can go to, and it's just the best sunset you've probably ever seen in your life. Wow. And I remember going there at sunset, and I took 1,000 photos in the space of 45 minutes.
What?
Mostly because I was trying to get like time-lapse shots. So I was kind of like lots of different things. And loads of video at the same time, bits to camera, trying to get the sunlights fall, all on kind of multiple cameras. And just as the sun was going down, like the last sort of few minutes of the sun going behind the mountains, I was like, where's the last 45 minutes of my life gone? I've just put all my memory of this now is going to be via these photos and via these things. Like I didn't appreciate this moment, which I might not get to do again. Turns out I did exactly the same thing about a year later. I didn't know that at the time, but and that was one time I thought, okay, this is not what I got into this for. This is not what I'm not making the most of these experiences. And another time was one of the paragliding trips I'd done in Slovenia, where we'd done some paragliding off the top of this mountain, and I was doing loads of content at the time. I was making a few things for a few different people as well as myself. And we set off, and I was like GoPro mounted on my chest, 360 camera mounted on another thing, my normal vlogging camera in my hand, and then another 360, which was a Samsung one because I was doing a Samsung job at the time, like this. So I was like paragliding with 4 cameras. And when we land, and it's over a beautiful, like the national park I talked about, the mountains, all over amazing land. And we landed, and I was just like, don't remember it. Wow. I have no idea what I've just done. I had 4 different angles of it, but I thought this isn't doing it for me anymore. So I decided to take a step back, and it just so happened that it coincided with all this extra work. Yeah. So I sort of I never refound the love again while I was doing this other stuff, but I've refound it now. And now it's just about, obviously I can't make much travel content now at the moment. So it's just kind of like being patient, holding on to the idea that I'm going to make it. But also I'm very cautious that because of all of the travel that I've done in the past, as I mentioned at the start, I now only want to make things that have a purpose or have a positive impact. So I've got loads of ideas and loads of things that I want to do. So it'll just be, once we can start moving again, it'll be doing that. And it's going to be interesting, because if I'm saying like I want to have the least impact possible, do I ever do a long haul flight again? Yeah. If I do, how do I offset how do I counteract that CO2 emissions? Like, do I go and do some volunteering projects? Like, I had a month in Indonesia planned in May this year, which got cancelled, of course. And it was in between 2 Formula E races, so I was limiting my flights. I was basically one in Seoul and one in Jakarta. So I was going to just get a short haul flight from Seoul to Bali, do a month in Indonesia, and then I'd be in Jakarta ready for the next race, rather than going long haul England, Korea, England, Jakarta, England. I took 2 of the long haul flights out. So I was cutting my emissions, huge, massive amount. And then while we were there, we were going to do 2 weeks of marine conservation volunteering. So I was like, this is my giving back. So that is probably what travel is going to look like for me now. And I'm really excited.
Yeah.
Really excited. Because I think those experiences, they give you a whole new side of it. It's incredibly local. So you get like a real local side. It's not like tour trips, itineraries and nice hotels. It's like basic accommodation, real people, real issues that you want to have a positive impact on.